They're calling this dude the King of Dallas. You might laugh, but it's not just marketing hype. Kevin Jennings grew up just 12 miles from SMU's campus. He won a state title for the high school 18 miles down the road. The first for a Dallas Independent School District program since 1958. In 2024, he led the Mustangs to their first top 10 finish since 1983 and their first CFP appearance. In just a matter of a few years, he's been the dude that's carried SMU into Power 4 contention. Every team in the city limits that gets Kevin Jennings at quarterback sees unprecedented success. They're already naming a building after him on SMU's campus. King of Dallas isn't that far off. So why are more people not talking about this dude? Well, last season in 2025, he was undeniably a less efficient passer. He also rushed for 300 yards less than the prior season. But that's not the full explanation. It's also how he plays the position. A Power 4 offensive coordinator described it this way. He's one of those guys that just kind of gets the job done and has been really solid and probably overlooked because it doesn't look the prettiest all the time. But I want to get to the bottom of this because I called Kevin Jennings' first start ever in the Battle of the Iron Skillet, or Battle for the Iron Skillet, back in 2023. Little did I know it was between two top 10 potential college quarterbacks, Jennings and Hoover. But anyways, there's a chance that I probably get one of Kevin Jennings' games on the ACC network this year. And it's Kevin Jennings' 5th year in the Rhett Lashlee system, 26 starts in all. So we got evidence. Is he overlooked or have teams just figured him out? Is he a guy who struggled with injuries last year, or can he hang with big time defenses? Is he a real king or is he just a phony? To find out, we're going back to the Miami game because it's got the full Kevin Jennings experience. And that experience starts with his playmaking ability. It's the factor for why I'm higher on Kevin Jennings than a lot of my peers out there because of plays like this. Here he's gonna have the slot receiver break free on a little slot fade route. He's getting pressure from an elite Miami defensive line. Kevin Jennings is gonna step up, step out, and find this receiver once the play breaks down. He's able to break contain. We all know about how aggressive these pass rushers were for Miami. Well, having a guy with Kevin Jennings' pocket mobility allows him to make plays like that, and he gets the ball to his hands quickly, which we'll get to later on in this. Here we're seeing a quarterback run game concept within a wheel route by the back, and he's reading these linebackers in the secondary. This was their winning concept in this game. We'll see it twice more in this breakdown. But here Jennings gets stopped, so then he's got a reverse field to the other side, and you're seeing that, the mobility, it's more than you're seeing with a lot of these other pocket passers. It's intriguing though, because you're not calling Kevin Jennings a dual threat quarterback. You're not. He doesn't fall into that category for me, but he is dynamic enough to keep you honest and have it be part of something you have to account for with your defensive game plan. Here we got vertical route, over route. This running back coming on a swing, and you're going to see Kevin Jennings break the pocket, get running, and then throws it laterally to his running back. Again, the playmaking showing up, which is extra impressive because you know how athletic this Miami defense is. So when you're able to still showcase your athleticism, that means you got some juice to you. Here he's going to recognize they're pressuring off this right-hand side. Vertical route, hitch on the outside. You get the theme. Kevin Jennings is going to step up, step out, get out of pressure, get this hitch, get the ball out of his hands, and move the chains. Oftentimes, if you watch a lot of my breakdowns, which if you haven't, make sure to subscribe to the channel, a critique that I have for some of these quarterbacks is that they're insulated, right? They're not asked to do a lot. They're protected by a great run game or a great defense. That is not the case with Kevin Jennings. You can tell that Rhett Lashlee rolls the ball out and says, Kevin Jennings, drive the car however you want to drive it. Knowing that if Kevin Jennings does not drive well, SMU has no shot at winning a game. In this game, he was 29 for 44, 365 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Even if he knows his offensive line's outmatched by this defensive line, still finding a way to make plays. And it happens again here. He's going to get pressure off both sides, right and left. He's going to break contain to his right and find this dig route working back in against a contested throw. But again, finding a way to have his legs be a factor. Breaks out, gets the ball to his hands. He's got a quick release and extremely fluent throwing the ball on the run. Let's get it one more time from the back view. Stays a passer. He is constantly running to throw, not just dropping back to ultimately run like some other guys we've broken down. Now, this is one of the more intriguing parts about Kevin Jennings' game. Like I said, I would not classify him as a dual threat quarterback. But then again, his legs are still very much part of the offensive game plan. And it's because of two factors. One, his feel for the pocket, which we just saw there. And then two, he's just dynamic enough where you have to account for it as a defense, and it can be a weapon in very particular spots. Like right here, they crushed Miami with this this concept. We already saw it once in the touchdown run earlier. Here they're going to act like Kevin Jennings is running on a quarterback, power. This running back's going to act like he's leading blocking and then burst down the middle of the field, and it's a mismatch on this linebacker right here. This breakdown isn't about Rhett Lashley, but it's play calls like this for why so many people have him as a top play caller in college football. We see it again here. His legs, they're acting like it's a quarterback run. One-on-one, Kevin Jennings, Ruben Bain. But whoop, they deke right past him. This linebacker's one-on-one. That's an advantageous matchup for the running back. But the point here is you still have to respect Kevin Jennings' legs, but it's not like a mainstay of the offensive identity. Get a little back view here too, just because I wanted to appreciate the design. It's a great concept. If I was a high school football coach and my running back was my best player and I had a good enough dual threat quarterback, install that. Good luck to your high school linebacker covering that. So the playmaking's clear. The mobility is intriguing, but my favorite part about Kevin Jennings' game is his quick release and how he gets the ball out of his hands. So often we talk about quarterbacks mastering the position. Well, a telltale sign of that is how fast they get the ball out of their damn hand. And here we're going to see quick release and then different arm angles as well. Fake the run, spit the ball out. Spit the ball out. Use Miami's speed against them. If they're going to rush you hard, spit the ball out and allow your playmakers to make something happen. Got a hitch on the bottom of the screen. Again, look at arm angle here. Reminds me of Geno Smith a little bit. That's maybe a little comp that I'd give. I mean, that one was like a little submarine pitcher. Now route, bottom of the screen, has to manage. I forget if it's this linebacker or Ruben Bain. Again, the unique release. Whatever it takes. Bang, ball out. Simple throw. Actually, not a simple throw. That's a weak terminology by me. That's a much more difficult throw. Sitting on your couch, it's like, he's just spitting the ball out there. There's a lot you got to manage there. That arm angle helps him out a bunch. Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying this video, do me a solid, subscribe to the channel down below. I have one more quarterback breakdown to do this off season, and then we will finally do my top 10 quarterback rankings heading into the 2026 season. Don't want to miss it. Subscribe below. But with Kevin Jennings, it's not just the cute stuff. This is the fact for why I think he has the potential to be a top round NFL draft pick, because it's not just the cool playmaking ability, it's not just the quick release, but his downfield deep ball touch and accuracy. That showed up in a big way against Miami. He's got a dig route here and then a wheel route by the tight end. You know the deal. Miami's going to be heating things up on him, but he gets the ball out of his hands quickly and throws an absolute dime on the back shoulder to this tight end. This was one of the best throws I saw in college football last year. Gets the ball out of his hands. That's a tight end too, not a very athletic tight end. Their other dude was the pass catching tight end. You know what? Let's go back. We got to see that throw one more time. That was big time. We got to appreciate that. If I'm going to say it's one of my favorite throws of all last season, I got to show you it again. That is an absolute dime. You want to tell the sign of a great quarterback? Everyone on the sidelines are kind of like, yeah, that's a normal throw. We see that all the time in practice. That is a big league throw. Miami's bringing the heat from Kevin Jennings' left. He's got a little slot fade to his right. Again, look at how quickly he gets the ball out of his hands and how accurate this throw is. I mentioned the NFL trajectory too. I think he has the passing ability to do that. I think the concern's going to be his size. He's not 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". He has been banged up throughout his college career. And I wouldn't say he has elite arm strength, but that to me isn't a weakness necessarily. That ball was dropped, by the way, but that's an absolute, that was a dime too. Here we got one-on-one with the safety. Receivers can get a little stutter and go. Kevin Jennings gets the ball out accurately, pushing the ball down the field. It's the combination with the quick hitters and his ability to accurately deliver the football down the field. These next two throws are big time as well. Both are back shoulders. Back shoulders are incredibly difficult throws because defensively, this is pretty good coverage. But on a vertical route down the sideline, Kevin Jennings paints it on the back shoulder. His receiver makes a great catch, but this is an incredible throw. Knows exactly where he wants to go with that ball, stops his receiver, doesn't allow the safety to get involved. That's big time. And then one more time, this is a different vibe because it's a full field throw or big field throw, right? He's sitting on the left hash. He's got to throw this, to the right numbers. But you got one-on-one here, and then he's going to paint this back shoulder, allow his guy to make a play. Takes his eyes to the left, command, throws it up, boom. It's an excellent catch, a big receiver, but that's a great throw. With all that being said, though, at this point, you're probably like, Max, well, where's the other side of the coin? What are the weaknesses to Kevin Jennings' game? And really only one sticks out. He gets in trouble when he tries to do too much. It is the Achilles heel for when you have the playmaking trait. If you take that a step too far, it can lead to the catastrophic mistake. That showed up in the Miami game. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got a corner route here. This guy might have ran the wrong route, to be honest. He's going to sit in this window and then drift in, which is unique drifting in when your quarterback's rolling out and you have a tight end working left to right. But I'll take this concept at face value, and I think he has a window to hit this receiver right here when Kevin Jennings rolls out to his right. Unfortunately, Jennings pulls up, stops rolling out, and that is the cardinal sin for a quarterback, especially when you're facing the best two edge rush combo, or the best edge rush pair in college football last year. That's how the catastrophic mistake happens. Here, he's got an RPO on the top of the screen, and then they've got the running back working left to right interior-wise. He is trying to read this outside backer for, hey, are you going out to the RPO game, or are you hanging in the box to defend the run? To me, you're just doing way too much here from a quarterback's perspective. One, this outside linebacker is already outside the box. Two, your running back is working left to right. You got to be handing the ball off on your left while looking to your right. And then three, this corner's come into play, and you should feel that and be able to monitor that as a quarterback. As you'll see, he decides to pull this ball, tries to throw it, and gets trapped for a sack fumble in your own territory. Just hand the ball off, move on. Don't try to do too much, because that's how the catastrophic mistake happens. You get a better feel for it with the back view. Playing the play fake there, gets sacked. That's not good. That is not good command. No returning quarterback in the ACC has accomplished more than Kevin Jennings. The dude's 14-2 as an ACC starter with victories over Miami, Clemson, Florida State, and 2 over Louisville. He begins 2026 as the conference's active leader in career passing yards, career total offense, career wins as a starter, and career winning percentage. It's no exaggeration to say that Kevin Jennings is closing in on the greatest names in program history going into the 2026 season. And he's got his eyes set on one prize that no Mustang has received since Doak Walker 80 years ago, the Heisman Trophy. Can the King of Dallas do it? Let me know.